Hello everyone, I'm Martin Linksfeld and I'm thrilled to welcome you to the third lesson of this course. In this lesson, you will discover how to seamlessly integrate GitHub private repository with a resource manager to create and manage stacks. The lesson provides step-by-step guidance on setting up access permission and deploying resources efficiently. By the end of this session, you will be equipped with the skill needed to leverage private repositories for enhanced stack management and deployment. Now let's move to OCI console again. In OCI console, so let me move from overview section to configuration source provider section, and I'll start configuring my source of the code provider. Before we will do it, I need to do something in my GitHub account. So here is our lesson, which is a private repository. And also I need to generate some sort of a token which will be then used for our configuration. I need to go to the settings of my account, then developer settings, and in a personal access token section, we will generate a personal access token. So let me generate the new one. Okay, for OCI, I will click Repo, and I will generate the token. So this token is now available for us. Now I can go directly to configure source provider section, and I will create the configuration. Okay, with the private endpoint, I will switch to GitHub. I need to provide here the link to the GitHub, and I need to copy here personal access token, which is essentially here, and I will click and create it. This is configuration which will be used. I can validate the connection, and the connection was successful, right? Okay, that is one thing. Now I need to go to stacks. I need to create a stack. I need to choose codes control system, switch to GitHub, and select my configuration. Then the list of the repositories will be visible here, so I will choose our first lesson, main branch. I will click next. I will fulfill all necessary fields, and stack is done. What is important here, you can see we are connected to our GitHub, right? The whole section configuration source information is here, right? So now we can click plan, and we will now wait for the plan to arrive. Plan is done, so I can scroll down and verify, and we have 10 resources to be added, so I can go upstairs and run apply to deliver the changes to deploy things in my tenancy. So now I'll pause the recording. Apply job is done, so let me go to the compute instances just to verify if our code has been deployed properly. I will go into Foggy Kitchen compartment, and this is our machine, so we can verify if the page is there and everything is in place. That's perfect. So let me check the subnet, which is there. And this subnet is nested in VCN. So everything has been deployed properly. So let me return back to Resource Manager. This is our stack. And what I will do now is the change in a GitHub repository. Let me go to network.tf file, where I will go to edit mode, and I will again change the display name of our subnet. I will save this change with the commit directly into the main branch without pull request. And now in our stack, I will run plan just to see if there is any change which will be discovered by a connection to our repository. Plan is on the way. Let me pause the recording now. Plan is done. So let me see what we have in a plan. Just one resource to be changed. And exactly here we can see the nature of the change. It will be a change of the display name to include the underscore fix suffix. Everything will happen in place. So now we can run apply just to implement the changes delivered by a commit into repository, which is integrated with our resource manager. Let me pause the recording now. Apply job is done. So one change which has been implemented. So now we can go directly to compute instances. I need to again switch the compartment. Here is our machine. And as you can see, the fix for the subnet has been implemented. Now the display name of our subnet is including this fix. Okay, fair enough. Now we can revert it back by introducing the change, yet another commit to our code. So I will just remove this suffix. I will commit the changes, and I will run immediately apply into the resource manager. So let me go back to resource manager, and I will run apply again without planning, right? Just to do it quickly. Okay, let me pause the recording and then we'll wait for the results. Second apply is done, so let me scroll down. One change which has been introduced, and this change has reverted our previous change. So fix underscore fix suffix will should have had been removed, right? So now the subnet should look slightly different. So let me go directly to the compartment. Here is our machine, and again subnet is without any suffix. Okay, so that proves we can change the code in a GitHub repository, and all new changes will be added on top of the previous one. So now we can destroy everything and remove the infrastructure which has been planned and then delivered by resource manager. So now the plan, the destroy operation is on the way. I will be back soon here. Let me pause the recording. You can see 10 resources destroyed. Let me verify that just in case. I'm going to instances, switching the compartment, web server terminated, and per my understanding, the networking should disappear as well. As you can see, it is true. So now we can return back to resource manager, and we can just remove this stack from the configuration, Besides of that, we can go to configuration source providers and we can delete the integration with our repository on github.com. All those changes were necessary. Now we have a cleaned house, and that concludes lesson number 3 of this course. Hope it was interesting, and I hope to see you soon on the next lecture. Thank you.